Sometimes, as senior members of the United States Navy, we are called upon to make some decisions in regards to sailors' careers. I'm going to talk to you today about the administrative separation process where we get to make decisions that could affect sailors' lives forever. Today we're going to be talking about the process of administrative separations in the case of a sailor who tested positive for drug abuse. The sailor wrongfully used cocaine. The Navy has a zero tolerance policy for drug use. Now, once we get the positive results back, the member will go through a disciplinary process which will ultimately end up in an administrative separation board, which is governed by the Military Personnel Manual, Section 1910, specifically Article 1910, TAC 146, drug abuse. There are up to 3 decisions that need to be made at an administrative separation board. The first decision is, did the sailor actually commit misconduct? In this case, did the sailor wrongfully use cocaine? And that would be in violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, Article 112 Alpha. The recorder, who represents the government at the hearing, will put forth evidence such as your analysis results, witness statements, and in a perfect world, a confession by the accused. The second decision is whether or not to separate or retain the sailor. According to Military Personnel 1910, TAC 146, we must process all members for drug abuse. This is a mandatory processing reason. Now, once you go to the board, the administrative board, they have the authority to recommend retention. Now, the board has already found that the basis for separation was met. For example, the member used cocaine. I believe, based on the Navy's core values and the policies, that the sailor should be separated. The core values of honor, courage, and commitment were clearly violated if a member decides to use cocaine. There is no honor in wrongfully using cocaine. It could put this sailor's life in jeopardy and the lives of the sailors around him in jeopardy also. There is no courage in wrongfully using cocaine. The courageous thing would be to abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the Secretary of the Navy. There is definitely no commitment in wrongfully using cocaine. There is no commitment to the organization, the sailors, and most importantly, the United States. This sailor took an oath to protect the United States. You can't really protect the United States much if you're under the influence of drugs. The third decision is you have to characterize the service of the sailor. There are 3 types of characterization available to the Administrative Separation Board. The first and the best characterization is honorable. According to Military Man Article 1910, TAC 304, to characterize someone as honorable means that their service generally met the standard of acceptable conduct or their service is otherwise so meritorious that any other characterization would be clearly unacceptable. The next characterization is characterized as general under honorable conditions. Military Man 1910, TAC 304 states, the quality has been honest and faithful, however, significant negative aspects of the member's conduct outweigh the positive aspects of the member's service record. Now, the third characterization is under other than honorable conditions. The description in Military Man Article 1910, TAC 304 states, conduct involving one or more acts of omissions that constitute a significant departure from the conduct expected of members of the naval service. It goes on to list drug abuse as an example of the criteria to separate a member with an other than honorable discharge. Now, in today's Navy, we are downsizing, and the fact that there are 95% of sailors who are obeying the rules and regulations outlined by the Secretary of the Navy, I believe it is clearly appropriate to separate a member from the naval service for wrongful use of cocaine with an other than honorable service discharge. Thank you.